It may not seem obvious, but Princeton University and St. Louis University have one large aspect in common. No, it's not the size of the student body or student-to-professor ratio. Rather, it is one particular way they change their students for the better. What is it, you ask? The Gap Year program. But before we talk about that, let's discuss SLU's background. St. Louis University, a Jesuit institution, was the first place of higher education established west of the Mississippi River. Home of the Billikens, SLU is in a prime location, just a 5-minute drive from the Arch. As a Jesuit school, SLU believes in educating the whole person, mind, body, heart, and spirit. Most students at SLU have a decided major and are taking classes to work towards their degrees. However, many are still undecided and may be at a crossroads of deciding whether to go to college or take a year off. And some may be even considering not continuing their education at all. According to a case study conducted by Bertrand Miller, 30% of students reported that stress was the main reason they were unsure of continuing on to college. Of these 30%, 20% of students agreed that part of this stress was caused by trying to decide on their intended majors before attending university. The majority of previously undecided students report that it is both time-consuming and expensive to decide on a major while in college. Make this easier. Participate in SLU Gap Year. What is a gap year, you may ask? A gap year is the act of taking a year off between the completion of high school and the beginning of college in order to travel and decide on a major. SLU Gap Year is a travel scholarship program for undecided students. By taking a gap year through SLU, not only will you be taking a much-needed break from education, but you will also be looking within yourself and through the help of counselors and volunteering will decide on your intended major. SLU has been sending students abroad to its Madrid campus in order to allow them the experience of education abroad. Now we are allowing gap year students a different form of education through volunteerism. For the 7th year in a row, SLU was listed on the Presidential Community Service Honor Roll, and through the gap year we are establishing ourselves in a more prominent abroad volunteer service. According to a case study by Joseph O'Shea, professor at Oxford University, gap year students who chose to volunteer abroad were more likely to adapt new ways of learning and develop new skills and virtues, leading to more meaningful lives, knowing they had made a difference in the lives of others. In order to establish a more global volunteer presence and to better its students, SLU Gap Year sends its scholarship students to Brazil, Bolivia, China, and India. These students are able to travel and volunteer through the support of scholarships funded by alumni that allow them the gap year experience they may not have otherwise been able to afford. As Gandhi once said, the best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others. When volunteering during this 9-month gap year, you will be able to reflect on your life while planning your future and discovering yourself through the benefiting of others in hopes of deciding on your intended major. Through travel and volunteering with the SLU admissions counselor, career services counselor, and multiple professionals who are experts in their fields, you will be able to help others on their journeys as they will help you discover yourself during your time away, proving that to travel is to take a journey into yourself. So before you come back to St. Louis University, you will be equipped with the knowledge and experience you will need to have the most successful years of higher education possible. Through SLU Gap Year, you will have decided on a major, but more importantly, you will have gained the wisdom needed to achieve great things.